Hi guys, this is now 3 months after chemotherapy and I'm going to show you my hair growth, and after that I'm going to talk about any side effects that I'm still having, if any. So welcome to my channel. I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma back in May. I've had all of my treatments now. Everything is in that description box down below. What type of chemo I had, how many rounds of radiations I had, etc, etc. First of all, let's show the hair growth. So this is 3 months after chemotherapy. What I am classing as 3 months was my last chemotherapy was something like the 4th of November of last year. It is now currently February the 24th is today. So I am classing, so it was the 4th of November, and the chemotherapy has a cycle of 3 weeks where it's working inside your body and your white blood cells are going down and they're coming back up, and they showed in the booklet that they gave me like a 3-week cycle. So I am classing the end of that 3 weeks, which is the 24th, as the end of that cycle of my last chemotherapy. So every single month on the 24th, this is the hair growth of after chemotherapy. So this is the top, it's totally filled out. This is the left side of my head. This is the right side of my head. And this is the rear of my head. I wanted to track my hair growth for you guys because I know, like, I was kind of worried, oh, is my hair going to grow back, etc, etc, and it does. It totally does. So it has grown back, it's getting thicker. I'm noticing now that I have to wash it. I noticed now that I'm having to towel dry it. It doesn't just dry naturally, I have to give it a little bit of a help. But yeah, it's coming in quite nicely. Also, my eyelashes, I put some mascara on today so you guys can see my eyelashes, and I've noticed that the bottom set have come in more fuller than I had previously. So whether they will drop out, I don't know. Like, not drop out, but thin out. I'm hoping not. They're nice and thick, so I'm just gonna go right zoomed in on my eye. Here we go. Here's my eyes, and obviously my eyebrows. The one thing that I hate about losing my hair was my eyebrows. My friend who is going through cancer treatments as well, she actually had them kind of professionally done, and I kind of wish I'd done that because you do look really ill when you don't have any eyebrows, and I found it quite hard when I didn't have them. But they did come back. I found that my eyelashes took a little bit longer. What I went through was I did my surgery first. Then after surgery, I did 6 rounds of chemotherapy. And then after chemotherapy, I did my radiation. And like I said, you can have a look in that description box down below. I also tracked everything on my YouTube channel very well. So I have a playlist of all of these videos. So you can go back and you can see right from the start all the way through. I did a very good tracking of everything and my emotions going through it. I wasn't scaremongering. I just laid down the facts and how I was feeling, and this, that and the other. And side effects that I am feeling or going through right now. The last round of radiation was actually the 4th of January of this year. So obviously we are, like I said, this is the 24th of February. So it wasn't really that long ago that my treatments came to an end. I'm currently taking the estrogen tablets. So let's talk about that before I forget about them. So basically after an hour after I've taken one of them, I take mine in the evening, because of any sort of side effects. I didn't want to have any side effects during the day, so I take mine just before bed. So basically what will happen is about an hour afterwards I'll get really hot, almost like a hot flash, I'm thinking, that ladies go through during menopause. So that'll happen, and sometimes it will wake me up as well, like halfway through the night. Like last night I woke up like really hot again, at about like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So every so often it'll kind of wake me up throughout the night. But not I mean, it's not a huge inconvenience. I don't want to say that it's making a mess of my life or anything. It really isn't. And that's the only side effect I get, and I don't know whether sometimes it's playing on my hormones as well, because sometimes I can get a little bit like moody or like down, a little bit anxious and depressed. So I don't know whether that's got something to do with the estrogen tablet. I mean, it's not something that is bothering me throughout my life, kind of thing. With like exercise and water and the right foods, etc., then it's pretty good. Another thing that is happening is the neuropathy in my left hand. Um, and this has happened like after the radiation and stuff. So every so often throughout the day, I want to say like maybe like 15 times a day, my hand will start tingling. They do describe it as a pins and needles sensation. It is kind of like that, but not totally like that. Because when you get pins and needles and you like go like this, you can kind of feel like a vibration hitting back, and it's not like that. It's just like a tingle. So I get that in my hands. I sometimes get it when I'm like driving, or I sometimes get it if I'm going to cuddle my husband. I think it's when you put strain on it or something. I don't know. Sometimes it just comes and it goes straight away. It's not like an invasive sort of thing. It's not, it doesn't, it's just kind of like a slight annoyance. It doesn't stop you from doing things. Because like I obviously have a sewing channel and I sew and stuff. It doesn't stop me from doing anything. It's just slightly annoying, I guess. And it'll start in the hand and it'll kind of go a little bit down here and it stops around there. What other things do I have? So when I've got I have to be careful what words I use, otherwise YouTube demonetizes me. But the undergarment that we wear here. So I started wearing that when my mum came over on I think it would have been the 24th as well. And I noticed that even on the slackest one, I've noticed a slight pain in my right hand shoulder. So, and it only happens halfway through the day after I've worn the bra half of the day. And then I can't shake that pain off. I have this pain in my right shoulder, then for the rest of the night, and it kind of makes me feel sick and it's uncomfortable. So I'm not quite sure why that's happening, and it's more like it's like a nerve thing as well, like a nerve damage thing there as well. I mean, that could have been from the chemotherapy too. I'm not quite sure, because I actually didn't wear that undergarment when I was going through radiation. Somebody advised me like not to wear one at all while I was doing that particular treatment. So I didn't. And I'm glad that I didn't do it, because I did get some like burns they have cleared up. But I do have tan lines from where my radiation was received. So I do have a tan line around there. I don't know whether it's going to go away. It probably won't go away. I'll probably have that tan line now forever. But other than that, I don't think I have any other side effects. Everything has been really good, and I'm basically trying to get on with the rest of my life. So the other thing, I also did mention my nails. So I have this really bad ridging effect from the chemotherapy that happened. So I'm keeping them really short and I'm filing out my nails as and when I can, because you can see every single stage of chemotherapy that I had in my nails. So that's another side effect. In my last video I was talking about fatigue that I was still suffering with, because I was doing a lot with my mum when she came over and we were organising the house, etc, etc, and I would get totally fatigued. Like I was done at like 6 in the evening and I had to go to bed. I had to fight through that fatigue. In the end I pushed through it and I think I've knocked that wall down. I'm not getting as tired. I mean, I'm still going to bed at about like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm getting tired, but I think that's more usual to when I would normally go to bed anyway, because I do have busy days during the day. So yeah, the fatigue is wearing off, which I'm really happy about. That was really upsetting me for the longest time. I've been able to do a lot of like YouTube stuff during the day and like blog posts and stuff for my sewing stuff. So yeah, it's the fatigue is going. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that's the update on my hair growth after 3 months of chemotherapy. This is my hair growth. I'll obviously do another one next month, but if you're a follower of this channel anyway, I do videos every single Wednesday and they are generally about sewing and quilting. I know it's been about 50-50, but I wanted to document what I was going through for other people, because I want other people to feel like they're not alone going through any sort of like cancer treatments and stuff. And I wanted to give my opinions and my views on what I was going through. So don't forget to check out that playlist of my cancer journey, so to speak, from start to where we are now. So if you are going through this, I am really sorry. Like it's not a nice time. I know it's not a nice time, but there is an end, and there's light to the end of the tunnel, so to speak. So yeah, keep going on with your treatments, and thank you very much for watching. Bye guys.